Last year, we had grotesquely lofty goals of educating at least 14,000 of our residents by this time. I hate to tell you, we missed it by 3. Three people. We missed it by 3. So this year we're gonna target those 3 people.
Is that all you have to say?
We do have. Are you worried that that's all I'm gonna have to say?
That's it.
We didn't get quite as far down the road as we had said. We were going to develop education for different groups. We got to the point of establishing an outline of things we wanted to cover. Jack Nelson was gracious enough to take that outline, develop it into more than an outline, potentially a course offering. And then that was about August, and then as somebody probably more famous than I said, life got in the way. So nothing beyond that was done last year. So we've got to regroup this year. And if anybody decides that I'm the caucus leader again next year, well, it's just, it doesn't make sense. We didn't get anywhere this year. So there's a message there, folks. But anyhow, the education group, I mean, it's still a need within the community. We've talked about things that we might want to develop, and maybe a more reasonable goal would be to come up with an adult education course that takes about 2 hours that would be applicable to road riding, and develop the coursework, and that's it, and see where we go from there, and see if we can get that done this year. So I will probably be in that corner, but I'm not leading the caucus this year. So that's open for somebody to step in. I think that's the message here.
That's fair. Thanks very much, Dick.
Sure.
Publicity and branding. Well, I'm going to give that a try.
Is my assistant ready?
My assistant.
Drum roll here.
We practiced this.
Very good.
Nice.
Somebody take a picture of this. Is that the idea? Got a camera, Charles? I thought you were.
Wow. Well coordinated.
So, all right.
That's our new logo.
Excellent.
Charlotte Area Bicycle Alliance. So we had that made by Peter Kay. This is its unveiling right now. You first see it. We had to do everything to keep it off the materials that we were handing out and everything else. So thanks for the applause. I was sort of the proxy of the chair. This isn't really my bag, the artistic part of it. Our caucus group, what we want to do is use this logo. So you heard Martin talking about how big Pittsburgh is and kind of how small we are. And I kind of like the lowercase letters. It looks like we're ready to grow, kind of starting there. What are we going to do with the logo is what we want to talk about in the caucus group. Do we want to buy 1 million stickers with the whole budget? Or do we want to get some t-shirts or print up more banners? Or what should we do with this logo? And what I want to do is get a small group together of people who are interested in growing CABA, so that we do outgrow this room and we do grow into more members. When I don't have to do a quadruple shift at the urban assault, right? So we need volunteers that we can commit, and with our numbers grows our power. That's what is that, Tony Montana? And with that power, we have more influence and stuff. And this is the start of that. I mean, this is our messaging. This is a bicycle riding around. We've got the city there. It's up to date with a faded color. What are we going to do with this? So help me figure this out. I'm colorblind. I need all the help I can with what to do with these images. We might come up with a thing like we'll take $100. Everyone has $100. And what would you buy with the $100? Would you say, well, I'd put most of it into banners, or I'd put most of it into T-shirts that we'd give away. Put the logo on a shirt, or hats, or cycling caps, or spoke cards. Andrew?
I'm just curious, why do you have it blue and black? It's like a panther. Is that by design?
It's always been our colors. Those are at least some of those colors in there. I think there's a fade, right? Was part of the original logo. The bike is right off of the signs from town, the bicycle sign for the signed routes and everything else. We've got some trees. These are the wonderful tree-lined streets in here. I think we pushed to get this in on a revision with Peter and said we wanted more of streetscape with trees.
Peter, by the way, is a professional graphic designer with his own consulting business, and he's not here this morning, but he went through an amazing amount of alternatives to get to this point. I wish you were here so we could all give him a big hand. So this is a very professional job. With board director approval, we will be basically funding what we and you feel is best, are the best ways to, as Weldon was just saying, to promote bicycling in Charlotte through a variety of media possibilities. And subject to the board approval, we'll continue to retain Peter as a consultant to do the professional work for us. So everything that's going to be coming out here is going to be strictly on a professional level. And it's a great relationship, and he's another, like Kelly and many other people, he's a really hard worker. He really gives us everything we need to make the kind of decisions we need to make. Thanks a lot, Weldon.